Hello, hello, hello. I am 1 minute early officially, according to my computer clock. And nobody's waiting, so I hope some others join in and didn't forget about this. Um, we are live. We're going to be designing a few pieces of jewelry, hopefully, and m- putting them together. We're going to try and keep it a little bit on the more simple side for this live stream. Hello, welcome, good morning. Anyway, we'll probably keep it a little simple for this live stream, and then I'll probably go off and make some other pieces as well. So up through this row here, these were all beads from the mix that was in the kit, the bead mix, the check glass bead mix. And then everything else here and here and here were separate strands. These were 2 different strands, these were 2 different strands. This was in the kit, this was a strand. These were a separate bag, these orange were in a separate bag. And there's a few pieces. This is the Potomac beads called Winter Luminescence. This was the December box. I'm gonna put the little paper away. Say hello so I know you're here with me. And, I am going to restrict our live stream. I'm not going to do, I don't think I'm going to do bead weaving, or I won't be finishing any anyway on this live, but I might do some projects with bead weaving later. Hi, welcome. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. And I won't be doing using these 3 products in this live stream. These are 2 hole. I thought about using them, but this is a 3-strand class, so I don't want to use that for that. This I want to do a separate tutorial on. And this, I'm not sure I'm going to be using this month. It's beautiful. It's a 10 millimeter Mystic Sapphire. I would have to do some bead weaving around that to use that, I think, or find a finding. And I think my only findings I have for Rivolis, or however you say that, are 12 millimeter. Can you hear me okay? Now, I'm not at my jewelry table, but I brought a bunch of stuff like wire, beading wire besides what was in the kit, which was this 7 strand, I think it's 7 strand. It says, yeah, 7 strand, 0.018 inch. It's a good standard size, but I brought some things out of November, such as these, because I'm thinking I'm going to make a springtime necklace with these little petals, the purples, the sort of jonquil color, or maybe some greens out of the, like I really like these beads out of the mix. They're sort of green with a black stripe to add something besides too much shiny stuff. But I don't want to get too far down the road. But I thought we could do a strung bracelet and throw some seed beads in as spacers. I also brought these over. They're rose gold pearls because we got rose gold plated little clasps and beads in this month's kit, and I didn't use these last month except maybe 1 or 2, I think. I don't know if I want to use them yet. I was originally thinking we would use rose gold because I think that's kind of a springy look. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And but if we do, we might bring in some of these rose gold pearls, and also maybe these light rose crystal bicones because we didn't get those. So let me stop and ask: is there anything you want to see in particular? Oh, before I do that. I also brought in beading thread and beading needle in case we do bead weaving, but if we do, it'll just be starting something. I brought in some things from October as well. I can't remember if the elastic cord was in October or November, but one of those boxes had that if we make a stretch bracelet. I also brought memory wire over wire and beading thread. I brought these cream pearls in from October. They might actually go good with those. I brought what's left of the light peridot bicones. Not sure I want to use them. And because we got orange beads in this kit, I thought was kind of out of place with everything else we got, but I also brought these 4 millimeter hyacinth bicones, 4 millimeter orange glass rounds, and these, I don't know what color these are. They're sort of like a topaz, larger beads. They'd actually look really nice with these, but I don't think with the purple and whatnot. You don't have anything particular in mind? Okay. So I've done a little, I have not designed this, obviously. I have done a little pre-design on here. The box had spike beads in it. I'm not a big spike beads person, and I did notice there's a channel called Back to Earth Creation. She does a lot of wire work, and she made a bunch of earrings with these, and they're all wire worked, and they're really cool. Um, so if you like that kind of thing, go see her. But yeah, I'm not a big spike bead person. And so let's talk about this. There were these 5 twisted nuggets, they're called check glass twisted nuggets. They're kind of, they have a milky white and sort of this off red color and sort of an olivey transparent green color. They're a different kind of shade. These little white beads were in the bead mix, and the greens in the bead mix were all different colors, but the closest one that matched those twist beads were these. They're sort of a, what I'd call a gray green faceted round. And then there were a bunch of these little white opaque Saturn kind of beads, which are kind of cute and add some texture. And there's really not a good red that matches other than this one bead. Now, what I could do, there is a problem I'm having with this. I don't know if this would be a bracelet. I think it's going to be a necklace. This will be the front part of it. Um, can you tell me what the problem is? I can see the problem, at least to my eyes. Something doesn't look right other than the colors. um, Hello, whoever else joined. Welcome. Okay, here's the thing. So there are 5 of these twist beads. 5 is, it's good to work in odd numbers, right? It's more visually pleasing to the eye. I've learned this in every jewelry class I've ever taken, which has been the first year I started doing beading, maybe the first 2 years. I went to so many classes. I went to a school online for jewelry making. I just absorbed everything. I bought a bunch of books, a bunch of DVDs, and I still have all that stuff. I don't use them that often. But anyway, there's only 4 spike beads, and to me, that looks weird. So if I take out a spike bead, um, then I don't know, something else is going to look weird. Now this might break it up. I kind of like that. That's the only one of those I got, and it's a different shape too, but it breaks up things a little bit, but we still only have 4 spike beads, and I only have one more twist bead. If I take this down to 3 and take 2 of these out, that might work, and just use that as a focal. And well, no, we'd still have to have 4 here because that, or 2. I don't know what to do. Not do this necklace or bracelet, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to go with the 4 spike beads, but then it's a question, do you like it better with this or just with all the twist beads in there? We might come back to this one. So I laid it out on a bracelet board because I can see it's gonna be about 8.5 inches. Um, so for an 18-inch necklace, I already have 8.5 inches of it, so I only need about 5 inches of chain or beading going up the side. So that's where I am with that, and I don't know. It's kind of weird colors to my eye, but I thought those beads were kind of cool that are twist beads, but the colors in them are a little off. So these little red beads, these sort of more reddy orange beads, which I thought kind of match the color in them. All the other beads in here are from the bead mix from the kit. I really like the little white Saturn beads. Not sure I like the whole thing altogether. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, and I just am not sure I like 4 spike beads because they're gonna really show. So, maybe if I take them down to 3 and take 2 of these out, it's just not gonna be right, yeah. Oh, well, I'll bring them back in. Let's work on the springtime necklace. I like the colors better. Um, and also, I was thinking we should do something with this, but I also love these. These are just really pretty. I was thinking of doing a blue and green, but I saw somebody else did a right angle weave bracelet with just those, and I don't know. I don't want to copy, you know. I wouldn't probably do right angle weave with them, but we have a lot of pretty greens. We have these little purples, but I think it's not enough purple, so that's why I wanted to bring in seed beads, even if we just use them as spacers. So let's just do a strung necklace using these because these are like flower petals, which I think purple and green go good with. I don't know. I have this dark green, I have the yellow. Springtime. We're just barely in winter and I'm already thinking springtime. It's okay. Let's just put one of these in between also. I need another purple there. And these are really cool. They almost look like gemstone, but they're not. And then, I don't know, let's throw in some yellows. Maybe a couple yellows and purple. I might put some seed beads in with those little yellows. This is pretty much how I do stuff, and then if I don't like it, I take it apart. And yeah, purple and green is really pretty. So let's put 2 more. Actually, I should save 2 of them in case I want earrings, and I should save 2 of these at least, and a couple of these, maybe 6 of these, and we'll put them up here near the top. Actually, we'll put them in this little bin up here. 3, 4, 2 purples, 2 greens, and I need another 2, 3. I need another one of those. There are some earrings, and we'll put those earring lever backs we got in the kit back there. So I only have one oddball green, and I'll keep that in with my stuff. And there's another one that's smaller, but there's only one of them. So I could, I'll make a dangle. There's some other odd green beads in here, and I think I'll just end up making a dangle with the odd ones or something. But I think this is coming out kind of pretty already. uh, can you even see? I'm kind of up. That's where we are so far. I have not done this on the beading channel, bead along with me like this, without it being a video. I'm gonna just lay some of these out. These were 8 seed beads, and they were in Duracoat galvanized eggplant. Oh yeah, this is the one you looked up, I think, because it didn't say eggplant after it on the container. I just think we need a little bit more darker purple in here, maybe with these yellows, or on either side of the light purple to make it really pop with the purple. I'm not normally a purple girl, but I really have grown to love purple and green together also. Where did that go? Here. Just want to make sure it's still there. Let me just go like that. that, that, and that. Now these are drilled um, on the top. They're top drilled side to side at the top. I could have. Uh-oh. Sorry, something's beeping. I was hoping it wasn't a fire alarm. It actually sounded like my backup drive box up here, but it didn't last long. We're gonna hope it was nothing. Um, and also, if you hear something weird, I don't think you'll hear it with this microphone because it's next to my face. But my cat is up here sleeping on my jewelry making chair and she's kind of wheezing and stuff. She's been driving us a little nuts. And it started, we almost had a fire in July. Luckily, it didn't last long. All right, now the question is, I could make that as a focal area and then just do seed beads and purples or something all the way up. Or we could do a link thing and have like 3 strands going up. Or we could just have chain going up. What do you think? Or we could just keep beading, but there's no more of these and there's no more of those. I'd have to use, there's these other green beads that there's quite a few of. That would work. We could just continue. They're a little bigger. That might work. Actually, maybe I should have done every other one of these. Let's try that. All right, let's keep these here handy and we'll do the next round with those. Did you have a nice holiday? Did you do anything special last night? I actually fell asleep on the sofa until my son came and woke me up and said, "It's almost time." And we had to hurry and find the remote remote for the I don't watch TV very often. I watch I actually just bought a Roku stick and I get a couple subscription channels that I was watching on my computer occasionally. But the regular television is ugh, I stopped cable television. Oops, now we're back to this. And so over here we need this, this, this. Nope, this. Am I even? I'm not even, am I? 3, one of those, that, 3, one of those, that, yeah. They're just spread out a little much. Okay, so we have about 12-inch necklace so far. Little cooking for New Year's Day? What did you make? Quiet, yeah, it was quiet here too. My son actually is, coming down with a cold or something. Oh, and my cat, like I said, she's been driving us nuts. Her name is Callie. She's a little tuxedo cat. But she's probably about 11 or 12 or something like that, years old now. Anyway, she has started meowing in the middle of the night, like before it's time to get up to feed her and stuff, but she's like insisting that we get up and feed her. And she started again today at like 3:30 in the morning. And I actually, we did wake up or I woke up to watch the ball come down. That's our tradition kind of thing. Didn't even toast or anything because he's not feeling good and I didn't want to drink. So, um, Yeah, I didn't fall back asleep probably till 1:30 or something, and then she's waking us up at 3:30. I was really tired. Ooh, scones. You know what? I don't know that I've ever had a scone. That sounds yummy. Do they have, like, fruit in them, or just or nuts or plain? I'm nosy, huh? I just like to eat. Okay, so now we're up to this again. The beads seem kinda too small to me. Maybe it's the yellows in there. I have some darker green. These are darker than those. These are a different shape. These are sorta they're not a bicone. I guess they're like a faceted round, but they're pointier. I don't know what the cut on them is called. Anyway, I think that's 16, and I think instead of continuing, I might just string purple all the way back to 19, 19, 18, and then do an extender chain with, oops, where's those odd number beads? I don't know. Combo of fruit and nuts, yum. Cranberry almond, that is one of my favorite. I love cranberry. Yum, yum, yum. And any kind of nuts pretty much. Cashews are my favorite, but almonds in things are better. Cashews to snack on. I've got an overload of purple beads laying here now because they fell off the. All right, maybe we will string this up and see how it goes. So this is going to be easy beading this morning, I think. I don't know if I have it in me to do anything too complex right now. We can do some wire work though, maybe on the next, on another piece. Actually, I think these two colors together would make a really pretty wire wrapped if you just do little tiny bead links, sort of like I did with the apatite, but every other one be blue or green. Or we could even throw in a white here and there or something. Or, no, I don't know about that. We've got angel wings here to deal with and Christmas trees. I don't know, I'm not feeling the Christmas. I actually think after this, maybe we can do an orange one or something. I don't tend to use orange much, and it was weird to me they put it in December, but it is what it is. All right, let's get some beading wire here. They gave us one of these, but I have more, so I brought another one over. Maple walnut. I'm not a big maple person. I don't know. I think I had, you know what? I'm not sure I'm loving that, but we're gonna try it. Um, I think I had a maple candy, maple, I don't know, when I was really little or something, and I didn't like it, and so ever since then, I'm just not a big maple person. I even went to a maple farm up in, was it Connecticut or New Hampshire? I think it was Connecticut. We stayed in New Hampshire, but we rode over to Connecticut to get cheese, and, I did actually bring home with that on that trip maple syrup. So, for an 18-inch necklace, I didn't count them, but we will. I usually pull out at least 2 feet of beading wire because I don't like to get down to the end and have not enough. So, actually, I have my Potomac Beads thingy here. Let me pull it out to 2 feet. If I flip it over to the right side, there, there. And let me just measure this. And the other thing that does is it helps me with pricing because if I do everything in feet or inches or whatever, it's easier for me to price that way than to say, oh, I used you know, X and a half inches or so. I don't know. It's just easier for me. More consistent. All right. Let's put one of our bead stopper thingies on, and I go down about, well, at least 2 inches from the end because I need to be able to bend this over and put it through the crimp and all that. So let's see how many little seed beads we have. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 9, 9. Okay, that's an odd number. That's good. The angel wings don't need to be used only for angels. Yes, I have done that before. I actually have had those before from a different company's box a year and a half or so ago, and I paired them with Angel Light, which is a blue on one particular thing, and I did that. I used them as bead frames, which was really pretty. And I think I just had a white and crystal piece. We can do that on another piece if you'd like. We can use them as a bead frame on a or a bracelet, maybe a bracelet. The problem I have is, except for some of these green beads and 2 red beads, like these were the only large beads in the bead mix. These would be all right with angel wings around them. But then it's all red, you know. But I don't think I'd like them on the coin beads. Let's see. Maybe. Let's put a green in there. See, I just don't, it wouldn't look right with a small bead. It has to have at least a 6 or 8 millimeter bead, I think, to make it look right. These are 5 millimeter. I don't know. We can play with it. The good idea. I do like that idea. We also got a bunch of red daggers and 4 Christmas trees. And then everything else is what you're seeing here, except for that ornament, Rivoli, and what was the other thing I set aside? My fingers and seed beads don't do as well as they used to. I have a bead on it board, which makes it, or even just this mat, which would make it easier to pick them up, but we'll just do it this way for now. Alrighty. Green, purple. Kind of thinking I shouldn't have quite so many yellow. I think it's like a greenish yellow. I think they call that jonquil. You know what? This wire has a little spike. I always leave this bottom left for me thing open because I cut wire and scrap into there, and then I can just throw it out after I empty the bead board of any beads. Like take it over the trash can and dump it. Unless it's precious metal, and then I, of course, don't do that. I save it. I did, for Christmas, I made hors d'oeuvres and stuff Christmas, Eve day. Christmas Day, we went to my daughter's and, had breakfast there and did gift exchange and everything, and then Christopher, my son, goes to his dad's after that, and I just come home and crash. I don't even think I came up and crafted after that. I just get after a day with, more people that I'm used to being around, I, uh I kinda get tired and just relax. Plus, it was a holiday. I figured I was allowed. I really like these beads here. They're, like a dark green swirly pattern. But they're check glass too. Hello, whoever joined. Oh, Noah, Happy New Year. Thank you. These are from Potomac Bead Company Treasure Box. It's their December box called Winter Luminescence, I believe. And I'm trying to use mostly only things from that box. And they had these purple, yellow, and green beads in it, so we're making a springy necklace um, instead of a Christmassy one, because there's a lot of red and greens in the box too. Just doing a simple strung necklace, but thank you and welcome. Go ahead and share and share the video, let people know I'm on. I was kind of expecting a couple other people, but maybe they forgot. It is the holiday after all. And it's also, I was going to say it's Sunday morning, but it's not. It's Monday morning. Hmm. Yes. And I am definitely an introvert. I had to get over my shyness to do the work I used to do, but still very much, I don't like going out in big crowds and stuff. I like to go to events every now and then, but not enclosed with a lot of people. Actually, let me close this tape measure up because it's in my way. I wore red to go with the red, but I'm not using the red. Are you an introvert too? A lot of people that do crafts or hobby industry type things are introverts. We get passionate about our things and our hobbies sometimes. On my other channel, I did a video. I have a box, two big totes of some pictures and family documents, I guess, from my mother's stuff. And I had fun. It was sitting in my living room for, well, since she passed away, which was in 2020. And maybe even before that, because I had to move her into a nursing home, unfortunately, about a year and a half before COVID hit. Anyway, um, so I did a video to share some of the vintage things, and I forget why I was going with that. See, my brain. Anyway, vintage. I'm not sure why I was going down that. Oh, I guess just because collectors were collectors. My dad collected, what did he collect? Plates, like those decorative plates. And when he passed away, he was 79 when he passed away. He had dementia. Anyway, there's three of us, my brother and I, and we have a stepsister who is about my daughter's age, a little older than my daughter. Anyway, we split a huge amount of those plates three ways. They're still sitting here. I'll never be able to sell them because nobody collects that stuff anymore. Not too many. Definitely introverted, yeah. Yep. Well, nice to meet you, fellow introvert. There's a lot of us, I'm sure. I'm okay with it now. I mean, I'm not as introverted as I used to be. Like I said, I had to get over that to be able to do my job properly for work. And and if you're a manager, you really have to get over it and be able to deal with some issues and stuff, right? Uh, which I did end up in management. So I don't know how that happened, but I did. I think this is pretty. I think I'll like it. I like it better than the green and red thing I have sitting there waiting for me to figure it out. Maybe I could alternate these red daggers with those white spikes. I'll try that next once we get this piece done. All right, another purple one. Now, what would be nice if I had some flower beads or something to go with this because these are petals. But I'm thinking I have well, it's not very healthy right now, but I have a blue hydrangea, but it's sort of purplish blue with green, obviously. And this, other than these tulip petal looking things or flower petals, this reminds me of that, the colors in this. Or better still, a lilac bush. Oh, I love those. I need to get a lilac bush. I miss having those in the spring. Mom used to have huge ones, 2 huge ones in my childhood home backyard, which is only about 2 miles from here now, but it looks totally different. The people that bought it some years ago really changed it. The plantings and stuff, it's very minimalist looking now. Mom loved flowers and stuff, and I do too, I just can't grow them. Yes, I do too. A lot of people don't. They just design for design's sake, I think. And some of the things I try not to watch too many other jewelry people, at least like especially for the same boxes that I have, at least until I finish making my pieces because I don't want to be accused of copying somebody else or, whatever. Um, but we all get the same beads, and it is interesting to see the different designs that people come up with the same beads, but different skills. Some people are better and Potomac Beads is best known more for bead weaving. And when I first signed up to do this, I told them I can bead weave, but I don't do it as much as I used to. And there's a reason for that, which I won't talk about right now, but and it doesn't have to do with my health or anything. Although my eyes are not as good as they used to be. So, anyway, this is taking a little while because these little beads are hard to string. And I do need to check. Anyway, I told them I didn't want to do a lot of bead weaving. I was mostly going to do bead stringing, and they said that was fine. I'm like, okay. Um, now we could drape seed bead, like make it two strand. We could actually bring another strand of just seed beads with occasional yellows and purples in it or something. We'll think about that. That'll take me a while to string if we do that. But that might be nice, like a two-layer necklace. I don't do too many layered necklaces because people don't wear them as often as they do. Most people that at like craft shows and stuff anyway don't wear them as much as they do just single necklaces. Now, I did notice my granddaughter, the last couple times I've seen her, had layers on, but they were not right next to each other. There was like one choker level, one came down sort of in a V, way like 4 inches below that kind of thing. And they're mostly chain and leather pieces with occasional something on them. That's what she wears. She's 19 going on, well, she's 19. She'll be 20 next year, but it won't be till summer. So, yeah, that's why I made those dainty pieces because I think some people really enjoy just dainty stuff. Wearability is definitely a factor. And my daughter, her favorite piece I made her, well, she had two. One was a chainmail Byzantine bracelet I made her. And I haven't done that in a while either. I'm not big into chainmail because some of them are just hard, but Byzantine's actually pretty easy. Okay, now we had 9 seed beads, so let's try and do the same number, and then we'll see how it drapes. This beading wire is a little bit stiffer than I like. It's a 7 strand. It's kinda on the stiff side, but it's okay. It's a nice weight to it. It's 18.018 inch, which is about standard, 0.018 or 0.019 diameter, and it's fine for these lightweight beads. If I had heavy duty gemstones or heavy beads like, big things like this, which actually this isn't super heavy and there's only one of them, so I don't know. But I think I'm gonna have to do something with those coin beads. I love those. All right, is that 9? 2, 4, 6, nope, 8. One more. One more. Now see, I have all this extra beading wire. Sometimes when it gets cut off, I have enough to do a bracelet or a part of a bracelet too. So I don't waste it, or I can save them and use them for some kind of bead wire earrings or something. That actually hangs very nice. I like it. I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna get the tape measure. I'm gonna lay this out flat because I don't know if I trust that where that was. The problem I'm having with it said it was this, but it's really not. So from there, see, that's only 14 inches. Eeks. I don't want it that short. I think I want 16 inches, so I can just keep going with the purple beads up the back. I think at this point, that's what I'd have to do. But see on here, it's showing like it should be around 16 inches if you put a clasp on. So I have to know that it's 2 inches off somehow. Hmm. And I thought this was my good bead board. Or maybe it isn't. I have another bead board, but it has stuff on it. So this might be my bad one. I don't know. Well, I think I'm just gonna have to maybe I'll throw in a little yellow because they're small. So what I'm gonna do actually, let me put that back on there. I'm gonna take this down further. I thought if I cut off 24 inches, that wasn't, oops, that's too much. There wasn't enough beading wire used up. All right, let's do one side at a time. We'll throw in a yellow and then 9 more seed beads. Uh, I do like less stuff in the back of the necklace because A, people can't see it anyway, right? And B, I think it's more comfortable to wear if you have just smaller beads in the back. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that adds, how much did that add? About an inch, right? Yeah, roughly an inch. All right, we're going to do one more section on both sides. We'll do that. We have 3 people, but nobody else is talking. Hello, whoever's here. Thank you for joining. There was a lady who said she didn't have to work today. I thought she'd kind of be here. Julie, I think her name was. Oh well. We're going till about noon. I don't think I'll run out of ideas. I'll run out of energy before I run out of ideas. That's 6. 3 more. What have you designed lately, DFC? I'm curious. And do you just design them for you? Okay. Demi Panur set. What is that? I don't know what that is. I should know that, right? Oh, that sounds pretty. Do you know what the Pantone color of the year is? It's a peach. 6. Peach something, I don't know, but like peach blush or peach, I forget the exact name. But it definitely has peach in it. I like peach. I like peach actually better than bright orange, although on me, bright orange looks better than peach does up against my face because I have more of a reddish tones in my face. Oh, okay. Oh, the star cut. Yes, that's a beautiful cut. It's different. And these green beads here, like I said, they're not a normal facet. They're not quite a star cut, but they're similar. I do have some beads somewhere with the star cut. Yeah, in gemstones. 4, 5. Pale yellow sounds pretty. That'll be nice for spring. Well, these are sort of a green yellow, but they're glass, of course. 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 2 more. Okay, Victorian. Yeah, sounds like it. Demore sounds like from Victorian. Okay. There's our necklace without a clasp. What do you think? I think that's going to be it. We have 3 sections there, right? I just like to check. Darker green, seed bead, light purple, seed bead, 3 of those, purple, light purple, dark green, purple, light purple, that 3 seed beads because I have been known to crimp a necklace and then I have to take it all apart because I forgot a spacer bead or I forgot a bead cap or something. So I'm just trying to make sure I got everything even. It looks like I did. And here we have 2 of those and those. And the seed beads going a little bit behind there help those tulips fit nicely too. You don't have a big bead right up against them because they'd be like crunched up. I think that's pretty. Now I could have brought in, I just thought of that. There were these cream pearls. They would have gone nice. They're sort of more greenish to them though, I think. Yeah, I think we're all right the way it is. Thank you. Made one for your daughter. You and your daughter. Oh, that's nice. Cool. Very nice of you. Hello, whoever else came in. Welcome. Feel free to chat with us. Say hello. All right, so we are going to crimp this, and I had to figure out a clasp. The clasp we got in the kit is a 3-strand. I like these more for bead weaving, but I will try it for a 3-strand non-bead woven bracelet. Um, Actually, it might even be better to use it for a necklace, but I think it would have to be something that's very drapey, like all seed beads strung. I don't know if I'm going to use that in today's video. So I brought a bunch of lobster clasps. I have some closed jump rings. Guess I'm not supposed to show other store stuff. It's kind of hard sometimes to find soldered closed jump rings. And I like to use them for my lobster clasp. What's your favorite clasp? I have toggles elsewhere too, but I think we'll use a silver. I don't like that one. Silver lobster claw. There we go. And I usually crimp right onto the lobster claw, and then right onto the closed jump ring, but then I use an open jump ring to put an extender on, so I can do that. Let's check our length one more time before I do that. I think it's might be a little longer than 18-inch now. Hi, Julie. Yay, you're here. I'm glad. I was mentioning you earlier, saying I thought maybe Julie was going to be on. I didn't say your last name though. Oops. I'm glad you can make it. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We're just finishing up. Okay, it's 18 before the class, so it's going to be about 18 and a half with that little lobster claw. The other thing I like to do is test the lobster claw because I have found some that are like soldered together or something. That one works perfectly fine. And then I have a little pack somewhere here. Forgive my reach here. I had gotten some soft flex, oops, sorry, crimp beads. I'm not supposed to mention other brands. And I have 4 of them left, 5 of them left. These are actually sterling silver. Their crimp beads are sterling, gold filled, regular copper, and antique silver at that company. I'm sure Potomac Beads has crimp beads too. I haven't really looked, honestly. We just need the 2. Um, and I have wire guardians, but this beading wire is really pretty thick and the necklace is pretty light. I'm not sure I'm going to use them. So we used the green beads in 2 styles from the bead mix, seed beads from November box, and these little yellow check glass rounds, and light purple and clear check glass rounds from this month's kit, and these 3 petal beads from this month's kit. They're pretty. They're like a satin finish, and they're top drilled. And we're just doing a simple strung necklace here. So let's go ahead and crimp this on. So you put one over there. Put your crimp, whoops, don't drop it. Put your crimp bead on first. Now um, you could crimp onto another closed jump ring and then use an open jump ring to attach your clasp. And maybe that will give it a little more movement, but it's less secure because your clasps could come off. The benefit of that, though, is that if your clasp comes off, that's the only thing that'll come off, right? If your clasp comes off of here, that means your wire broke and your necklace is done for. And I'm going to go down only to the little yellow bead. I call it yellow, yellowish green, jonquil, jonquil, French name, I think. And let's pull that through. And you want to make sure your clasp has some movement. You want to make sure your wires aren't crisscrossed. And this first side is always easier because you don't have to worry about these beads not having, like having all this space and everything. because you're going to push them down from the other side, and then the other side is where you have to worry about that. It's really hard for me sometimes to tell whether the wire is crossed or not. I think that's a little too tight. There, about that much space. Can you see? Hard to see. I know I'm way down, but I have to be or you can't see the whole design. So sorry about that. And I'm going to use, actually, I'm going to use my regular crimping pliers. I have the magical crimpers, but this is not the 49 strand wire from that other company, and I'm not sure how they'd work, even though it's their crimp beads. So you just put it in the second slot in your crimp pliers. These are the regular size. They also have micro and macro crimp pliers for thicker wire. Now before I turn it and do the test, I always try and push it up and down, even pull on here and see if anything, comes loose, and it seems to be nice and snug. So then I go back in the front section, put it back in and just crimp and then turn and crimp. You're not really crimping, you're just smushing. And it makes it pretty small too. It's not quite a little bead like it is with the magical crimpers, but it's pretty close. Just looks like another like spacer bead or something there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this off so I can make sure it lays right there. And you want to get as close to your bead as possible. And the hole on the little yellow beads is big enough that if there's any tiny little tail there, it should go into that jonquil bead. Just holding it up, sliding everything down. There's one side done. Is that enough movement? Yeah, it should be. Okay. Yeah, I like the green with the purple. Oh, okay. For cat food. Oh my goodness. I was talking earlier about my cat. I don't know. She is sleeping on my jewelry making chair right now, which is behind me. This is actually my desk where I do paper craft most of the time, but it's also where I film my videos because my uh, lighting and whatnot's over here. So I just bring a mat in and I have to bring all my stuff I want to use over. But and she likes that chair. She yells at me sometimes if I'm on that chair, and it's like, "Why are you here? That's my chair." Anyway, she has this bad habit lately of screaming at my son and I at like 3 to anywhere between 3 and 4 in the morning to get up. And I really don't know. She never used to meow, hardly at all. And it all started back around the time we had our almost had a house fire. Our electrical box caught fire and burned. Um, and it was related to something to do with my whole house AC, but nobody's been able to really tell me exactly what caused it to happen. But I was very lucky that I smelled the burning plastic and it woke me up. And actually, I think seem to remember Callie, my cat, coming in to yell at us to tell us, but we didn't know. And maybe that's what woke me up, and then the smell. I'm clasping that. Kind of, you want to make sure you have movement before you do the second one to make sure it's not too tight. And I think we're okay. Loosen that up just a little bit. Slide it away from your bead. You do have to be careful. Seed beads, 8 O's, not so much, but 11 O's or crystals back here right next to the crimp bead, you really need to be careful because I have had to take a necklace apart because I broke a crystal and then, of course, the whole design was messed up. So you really have to watch when you're crimping that you don't crunch your last bead. Uh, yeah, I've done that, and I think it was more on a bracelet than a necklace, but and that is not moving, so that's good. Sorry if I'm out of frame or anything. I know there's a lot on my desk, so it's hard to see. And it's pretty high up, so it's hard to see. But I just thought we'd have a little fun today and chit chat together. Okay, let me see that again. That feels pretty good. And I'm gonna crunch it one more time because I looks like I didn't squish the one end as good when I went around as the other one there. Okay. All right. And I don't have my magnifying glasses on. I have a magnifier thing. It's not really, it's like for jewelry making. I haven't even opened the new one yet. That one has a little space. It has a little more space than I thought, but that gives it some movement. So there you go. Oops, there's the front. Our very first piece. I think we need to make earrings to match. What do you think? Thank you, Julie. So I'm glad your kitty cats are happy. Piece number one. Let's bring out the pieces I reserved because there were not too many of these left. We got two lever backs with the shell design. I have a whole nother box of those in my personal stash. So if we want to make more earrings, we can. And these are what I reserved to make some earrings. And we could make them the same way. I'm just going to use a regular head pin and make simple dangles, I think. I have a pretty large stash of silver-plated brass 2-inch 21 gauge head pins. That's my go-to. Sometimes I use 1.5 inch or just wire once in a while. Let's see. So we had like green, if I can find the hole, and a seed bead. No bead caps or anything on this one. And a purple and a seed bead and a yellow. Actually, I brought out 3 yellow, but I don't know. Let's try it. And a seed bead. Do we like that? Or do we like it with just one yellow? I think I like it with just one yellow for the earring. Or another thing we could do is just have this as a top layer on like an eye pin, put another seed bead on here and have this as a dangle. That I might like that actually. But let's try the simple way of this is interactive. It's designed with me and bead. Oops, I'm doing what I wasn't going to do. And bead with me, but the audience gets to participate. So those are 2 options. And I don't know if I brought any eye pins over. Oh, down to 2 people. Oops. Well, I'll put it on a head pin for now just to see how it would look. But I do have wire here. I can use wire. Or I can run over and get a head pin. I don't have any more of those. Well, which out of these 2 do you like? And then we'll take that and then we'll do it the other way and say, which out of these 2 again do you like? That way, which is a little longer with the 3 beads to match how it's in the necklace, or with just one yellow. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 da, 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 da. Sorry. Uh, I'm getting voicemails and stuff now too. Shorter, small. Yes, okay. All right. So let me take this one apart. So the other option is we're going to have that at the bottom with this is my standard double danglies. Double danglies. This would be on an eye pin, and this would dangle from that. So you'd have a little space there. So this would be like moving underneath this. Without the yellow on this one, but with the yellow at the top. So now it's that one or just this. The double dangly or this. I can't make two different pair because I don't think no, I know. I don't have any more of these beads. They were in the bead mix, so I don't have any more of those. So we'll do the thing again. Don't ask me to sing normally though. Option 1, option 2 with the double dangly. Simple double dangle. Anybody else? There's only 2 people watching now. Boo-hoo. Anyway. Uh, what should I do? I'm gonna take a sip of water. Hang on. I kind of like that too. Let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna take the yellow off of here. And let me go get eye pins instead of using wire. Actually, you know what? I'll just cut these head pins and make a loop. We'll make our own eye pin. These are my round nose pliers. And actually, I don't usually do this with my round nose. I'm just gonna make a loop and then we'll straighten it out. Let me take the beads off because it's hard to do it with them on. And we don't need a really big loop. You want to make sure your wire is not poking out the side. Oops, maybe. And a little bit sort of in between 1/8 and a 1/4 inch. Make your loop. Well, you can make your loop any size you want, but try and be consistent. If you have looper pliers, that would work. Now that is not a lollipop, so what I have to do is go back in and what I used to call it break the neck. And it just makes it into a lollipop and then fix it. And there we have our eye pin, but it's not nice and flat. With my chain nose. Here they are. And although it's open a little bit, it's okay because we're going to add something to it anyway. Okay. Actually, and then I can close it tight by going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's do another one and try and get the hole the same size. So this is how to make an eye pin when you don't have one and you only have head pins. Um, okay, so you mean with 3 beads on top, but also with the yellow on it? Let's try it. Oops. So this is what I was gonna put as the dangle without the yellow. This is the original shorter one. And where's that other head pin? Well, actually, we'll just put them on the eye pin. The top of the double dangle will just be seed bead, yellow, oops, no, yellow, yellow, and seed bead. If I can get a hold of it. There we go. So it's going to be, it would be like that versus like that. Which one? So this dangle would be a little longer than without the yellow on, and I left the yellow off when I did it this way because you got 3 yellow up here. I could also shorten this to 1 or 2 yellow, but I use 3 because that's how it is in the necklace design. Preference? Not sure. So this would be dangly from this or this. I just don't have any more of those green beads. So whichever way we go, that's going to be it. I could shorten the top, yes. Let's try it with 2. That way we'll still have 3 yellow, which would be similar to the design in the, oops, in the necklace. I don't know where that went. I don't generally work in 2s, but it's okay because we still have the 3 yellow. I think that would be pretty. 2 yellows with the 3rd yellow on the bottom. Yeah, I like the shorter one better. This one with the 3 yellow, personally. I think I'm gonna go that way. I just like shorter bottom dangles, I guess. I don't know. So that with this. That, yep, okay. 1 yellow. Only 1 yellow up here? Oh, or do you mean just this with no double dangle? I'm confused now. You liked it with this with just 1, let's try the 1 yellow in there. Hang on. So a shorter top with only 2 like that. With the yellow, 1 yellow on here or no yellow on there and just this. And only 1, oops, 1 yellow on the top. Yeah, that's true. I personally don't like this as the bottom dangle. I like the shorter one, and I think I like 2, at least 2 on this one. Let me try that again. So that we have, I don't know, I just think it looks better because it looks a little too small on the top without it, I think. Usually I like to put a bigger bead on the top, but I don't. I could do that too. That's another option. Hang on a minute. Which beads did I use? These? No. Where are these? I could use. All right, here's one more option. This is where I'm at right now. But um, let's do that for the bottom. And where's that other extra head pin? This would be an eye pin, but I could do something like just this at the top instead of the yellow. Or I could have the yellow back on the bottom, just one of them, and have this at the top because we do have those green in the necklace too. These are the more solid opaque ones, and these are the other fancy cut ones. one yellow on the top. Hmm. The original way like this, but with one yellow up here. Okay. This, I think, is too much green this way. I don't know. Just me. All right. I'm not 100% sure I agree with one yellow, but let's see. I'll look at it again. This takes time, huh? The designing part, when I find when I'm making jewelry, the designing part takes the most time. We could do one yellow. It's pretty dainty that way compared to two. But it also doesn't add as much length that way. We can do that. Okay, let's do that. We'll go with DFC's way. I like double dangles because they have some movement. I like a little bit of movement. Well, single dangles do too. All right, we're going to do that. So I need to make another eye pin out of this one. So we're going to cut this end off. I don't think that cut off. There we go. And then actually I'll cut that a little better because it's sharp. That's better. All right. Then we're going to take that and put it in about the same spot. Make sure it's not sticking out. Bend it around. Do our lollipop breaking the net. I know I was off screen. Sorry. Break the neck a little more and flatten it. And check it now to make sure the loop is the same size. Because on earrings, that makes a big difference. And they're, yeah, just about right on. Thank you, Julie. I thank DFC, really. It's her final decision. That's why it's a design with me. To a point. If I really don't like something, I won't do it. Okay. All right. Let's put those on and wrap them. I think I'm not going to do a wire wrap loop on this top one because it's so small. I think wire wrapping it might hinder the design of it a little bit. I'll do a simple loop. I might wire wrap the bottom. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So now we have to, I just used my thumbnail, which is probably one of the reasons my fingernails and thumbnails are a mess, but just bend it over. Oh, Callie's awake. Hello, Callie. You can go downstairs. And then here's my measurement. I squish it up against my fat fingers as hard as I can go and snip. And then if it's too long, I might end up snipping more off. And I want to put it at about the same place I had. Yeah, it's a little bit too long. So I can tell when I'm starting to wrap it. I don't want to cut much off, but I'm going to put it with my flat side of the blade, or the cutters, to the good part of the ear wire. Ear, what is it? Eye pin. Now let's put it back in here and begin that wrap again. I think we'll be all right. A little bit, a little bit. I can go a little bigger on the loop. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Let me wiggle it closed. Straighten it a little bit to make sure they're on the same plane. and wiggle it till it's closed. There's our piece number one, which we can, well, we'll hook it on to the ear wire after. Now let's do the bottom part. I think I'm just going to do simple loop on that too for this pair. So I'm going to flatten it over my nail, 90-degree-ish bend. Squish it on my fat finger as tight as I can go and probably have to snip a little bit. Yeah, I got that one a little shorter, so I hope I have enough. If not, I'll get another head pin out. And let's put that on here. Loop it back around. I think it's just right, actually. There's that one. See? Pretty good. And now let's hook them together. Flat nose, chain nose pliers. Hook this on. Make sure this one gets closed up really good and snug. And then I'm not going to open that top part. I'm going to open the... Now, you have to be careful because when you buy these ear wires or lever backs, not all of them have open loops. And if they don't, whatever you're putting on has to go on before you do a wire wrap or whatever. In this case, I could open the eye pin, but you have to make sure... I like to get the ones that say open loop. This one opens on the top. Sometimes they open on the bottom. And then we can just slip that on. Now, if it's a wire wrapped loop at the top of the piece, I generally like to make sure that the tucked tail is in the back of the earring. But this one, I don't have to worry about that. And there is our cute little doubly dangly earring. Good idea. All right, we'll do the other one. So we have this one. And do you guys do them the same way or some other way? That's how I've been doing them for years. I'm actually better at wire wrap loops than I am at simple loops. But I did pretty good today so far. Let me just come back. I think it's too long again. It didn't look too long, but just a little bit. I'm going to snip a little bit off. Oop. Always, always face that wire away from you. I kind of go down in my little tray thing here to do my snipping like that. Ooh, my snipping like that. I almost lost the earring, part of it. This part I have more beads for. The other green, I don't. That solid green. Okay, that one is good. Just have to make sure they're on the same plane, going in the same direction, which is easier to do when you use two pair of pliers. So let me get these skinny ones. What I mean by that, just make sure they're parallel, like, right? And then we'll do this one. Now, if I was wire wrapping this, I would try and make it... Well, you see me do wire wraps. I try and make it so that I can get exactly 3 wire wraps for earrings. Or if there's only, because if there's only 2 wire wraps, if you make 2 on one or 4 on one and 3 on the other, your earrings are going to be uneven if all the beads are the same size. So what am I doing? Cutting. I hope that made sense. Yeah, this is 21. These eye pins are 21 gauge. And I find it easier to use 21, 20, and 22 gauge than I do that real fine gauge, like 24 and 26 gauge, because they don't stay They don't stay put. They don't behave when it's thin wire. They're too bendy for me. So I find that harder to do simple loops with anything. Now 18 gauge is thicker and up, 18, 16 and all that. They're even thicker. Not sure I'm happy with that still. Now my round nose have a little flat part, so I'm kind of pushing it, but I need to, I think I might need to shorten this one just a tad again because it's not going all the way down to the bead, see? Well, maybe you didn't see. I don't know. Four people. Hello, everyone. Say hi. There's a couple other people here. And Happy New Year to everyone that joined. Oops, can't get a hold of it. There we go. Same spot roughly, and down we go. Make sure the neck is broken properly. And it's good. It just needs to be tightened. And make sure we're on the same plane. Oh, no, this is the eye pin. A head pin, I mean. Sorry. I'm going to wiggle it tighter. Wiggle it tighter. I loosened it instead. I think I bent it, actually, a little bit there. This one's not cooperating. Hmm. Also, not all head pins and eye pins are created equally, even if they say they're the same gauge. I have noticed some big discrepancies. And it might be whatever they're plated on. I'm not sure exactly. I'm just not happy. This feels too loose to me for some reason. There. Okay, that one's good. So I'm going to open this loop. Put this on here. And find the other ear wire. Here it is. Yeah. Um, you can, but it's tough. Like on 18 gauge and up, it's tough. 20, I don't have a problem doing simple loops. In fact, the heavier wire, at least your loop will stay, well, unless you put really heavy things on them, your loop is more likely to stay closed with a heavier gauge wire. Okay. See if I can hold them even. Yep, doop, doop. So far we've made those and the necklace. I really like them both, actually. If I can get them to stay flopped around. I need my bust thing. I will get the bust and show them, and then we'll go on to something else. What time is it? 11:28 already. Oh my goodness. We won't do too much more today. Hang on. I'm back. There's how the necklace looks. And the earrings to go with it. Cute, right? I think it's very pretty. Delicate, nice springy like piece. Let me stand that back here. All righty. Well, one set done. Should we go back to the piece I was starting with originally that I don't, let me put these seed beads away first. Um, we have this red and green weird looking piece, or Yeah, maybe we'll just do that since I have it laid out. I'm not crazy about it though. Oops. Maybe too much red and green. Or we could make something orange using some peachy colored pearls from November with the oranges we got in the kit. That would be unusual and in with Pantone color of the year. Peach something or other. And the oranges I'm talking about are these that came in this kit, but these are from November. But what would I put with them? These, maybe? I could use some of them. I don't really have anything there isn't really anything that came that would go with them except maybe this. One is sort of red with orange in it and white. Hmm, I think, yeah, there's really not, or there's this one that's sort of, oops, that's sort of orangey too, but it has gray with it. And then I have these beads. I don't like that with it. Yeah, I like it with pearls. And these are a peachy rose gold. So we could make a piece with that. Let's not do this one for now because I'm still undecided on that. Um, we have two colors of pearls. I'm just trying to figure out what else can we put with it. These little rose gold spacers. Let's try a couple of these with it maybe to break up some of the orange. And these are like saucer beads. Something different. Also more summery, right? Peach fuzz. I couldn't remember the second name of it. Peach fuzz. Right. I knew peach something was the color of Pantone color of the year. Don't they usually come up with though um like there's a color of the year, but then there's usually like a color coordinating color chart. I haven't seen that yet. It might be out already, but I just haven't found it or looked real hard. I like peach. This is not really peach, it's orange, but the rose gold is sort of a peachy. The rose gold pearls are sort of a peachy pearl, and I also have these cream pearls, which I don't know why, but those cream pearls look more green to me. They have a greenish hint to them. I kind of like this weird bead that it's red with uh, orange and white in it, but it's drilled side to side. It's sort of an odd, not quite a pillow shape. I could do something like that, but I don't know if I like it with those orange. I'll use it for something else maybe. Or I could find some gray beads, but then they won't go with rose gold. Anyway, maybe on this one we'll do, let me look at something. Hmm, I am not sure uh, what I was thinking would work. Well, let's get these pearls out and see. I have this little kit, not from Potomac Beads, of rose gold colored findings and chain. I'm thinking I might bring in some chain. For some reason, I like to make necklaces, as I've said before. I should learn to make more bracelets and stuff. And I do have, we could just make like a memory wire bracelet or something. Let me move these back here. Hello, people, or somebody joined and then left. Oh, well. I was going to say hello to them and they left already. Actually, this yellow wouldn't be too bad with it either, with the peach and the rose gold. Or, you know what? We could have used these tiny little greens in that last necklace too, but I still have some purples left. I can do that later. In fact, I'll put these all back here. Actually, let me leave a few of them here just in case. And let's dump these pearls in here, which were not in this month's kit. They were in, what did I say? November's kit. And I didn't use very many of them, if I used any of them. Oh, look, it's tied in a knot. Huh. Interesting. How'd that happen? There we go. I think the peach will help tone down the bright orange a bit. Oops. And I have, what came in here? I thought there were two of these. Maybe not. I have this little oval, and I thought there was another one, but there's not. There's a little, nah, never mind. I just thought there was something else I could use. But we have, well, the rose gold spacers that came with the kit. All right. Put my three. Maybe we'll do, I'm not sure I want these with this, but we'll figure it out. Right now, we're just gonna do threes. There I go with threes again. But these will stand up on their side because they're smooth rondelles, like, am I even in frame? Barely. Something like that, but let's bring in a couple of these too. These are really tiny little spacers that came in the kit, the rose gold plated spacers. I could do something like that, or I could just do, I'm not sure I really like the rose gold in there. um, I could just do an orange, a pearl, and like this, and make tiny little bead links and have a beaded chain. That might be pretty. And then I could use some kind of color of wire. I don't know what color of wire I want to use. I'm thinking kind of like a bronze color wire might be pretty with it, right? Let's get rid of these for a minute. I want to use them, but not in this design, I think. So I'm just thinking if I do little wire wrap links, or maybe I'll do one of them have three oranges and two pearls, and then the next one have one orange and pearls. And that way, Deb wouldn't have to make quite so many tiny little links. I'll just lay out design now, and I'll do this one later off camera. Kind of like that idea. But I might see if I can find something else to, uh, like every other small one, I might put a larger something in, but I don't know what yet. Hmm. Maybe a larger peach pearl would be pretty, and I probably have some shell pearls or freshwater pearls I can bring into this. If I do freshwater pearls, it'll probably have to be a 22 gauge or lower because the holes in them are typically small. Um, and you really have to be careful wire wrapping them. I kind of like that design for a necklace and just beaded chain all the way around. I can close it with one of the spring rings in here, which is rose gold plated something. They're like a lobster claw, but they're round. They have a loop on them, and they're called a spring ring. These are little, I think like 6 millimeter ones, but they would be, excuse me, they would be all right for a dainty necklace like this. I think that's how I'm gonna head with this, with bronze wire. Yeah, yeah, thank you. I think that's the way I'm going to go. Okay, cool. So let's just I'll finish laying it out. We have a little bit more time, right? Um, and maybe I'll have enough that I can make a bracelet to go with it in the same pattern. Maybe, maybe. I think it'll be pretty with the bronze. Yeah, I think the bronze wire is the way I'm gonna go on this. And I don't have that right here. I have silver over here. And I think bronze would be better with this. It's a warmer metal, you know, antique bronze. I'm, mm, I might even have some rose gold plated wire, or rose gold's really close to copper. Copper wire would be pretty too. Um, I will hold both wires, antique bronze and copper, or rose gold plated copper, up to it and see which one I like the best. How long do you think I should make this? That's my next question. I think I would like it at about 20 inches myself and no extender. I was going to put an extender on that other necklace and I didn't. Oops, I'll do that too. Off camera. And you'll see them finished in the probably the finished pieces that I'll have to do when I get everything done. But I'll be working on that pretty regularly, except for um, I'll probably be working on it regularly on Wednesday to finish these pieces up. Um, and this spacing is not going to be right, so I know I'm going to have to, it'll be adjusted when I, start doing the links. I'm probably gonna do little wire wrapped links because I like doing those, and it's gonna be a little bit thinner wire because these are pretty small, lightweight beads. They're not as small as what I used in the Appetite, but I think 22 gauge wire will probably be what I'll use. I think 20 would look too thick with it. Um, yeah, and that is laid out like it's gonna come to 22 inches, but I think it'll be smaller, um, because there's a lot of space in between some of these links right now. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for that, and then I can make a matching bracelet, or I could have another layer in here with the same pattern, but in the opposite. So, like, right here, and only part way up, I could have the 3 ones where the 1 ones are, and the 1 ones where the 3 ones are, and just maybe 2 about here, and have 2 layers at the front, but, just 1 layer going most of the way up. I think I like that idea too. I haven't done one of those for a little while. Another thing that would be pretty is a memory wire necklace. I really enjoy doing those too, but I think I like this as wire wrap links. Let's see how many of these we have. I didn't save any for earrings. Um, well, I have 3 left here for earrings. That's not enough. And that is all the oranges I have. So maybe I'll scrap well, if this turns out to be too long, maybe I'll do, put more here. I only want it to go to about here for the second layer. At least 20, yeah, thanks. Um, Only to here for the second layer, or I could just make it a separate necklace with chain of a similar color, and it could go from where it is now if it has to, but the problem is I probably would like to do the earrings as the 3 link with the pearls and just have them a simple little dangle earring with 3 orange and 2 pearls, probably. Not sure yet, which means I need 3 more of the oranges. Or maybe there won't be earrings to go with this one. I don't know. We'll figure that out. So that's one thing I'm doing. We have 15 minutes left. Uh-oh. Okay, we have to design something else. I have reds to use and greens and whites and crystal clear. Let's look at the crystal clear. Let me move this. Let's bring out the clears and figure out what we want to do with some of these or the angel wings. Excuse me. And I also have these pretty blue and green, which I thought would actually look nice with clear, either the angel wings or these crystals. Just not feeling the angel wings today. I love them, but I've used them in the past with angel light, like I said in the beginning. Uh, and they do make cute angels, but they are nice bead frames, and I have used them that way. Or you can go like, two back to back like this, um, something like that, and make a focal. But you need, let's see, I don't think that would, am I in frame there? Yeah, to have them show up, that would look all right. Just a necklace with like that or with the green. Let's try it with the green or every other one. Something. Can barely tell the difference between the green and the blue there, huh? That does look blue. Hmm, maybe I picked out a no, it's green. Oh, you know what? It's green AB. That shows up more green. That would be pretty, just a necklace like that. Hmm. Or a bracelet like that. You know what? Let's lay that out on the mat. And we'll put these aside for now. I like blue and green together. Nope, that doesn't go there. Okay. All right. I just don't want to bump this and have everything crash to the floor. There we go. All right, let's dump these out. And let's try green, blue. I think the beads are a little small for these, but we can try it. The problem is once you string that, they're gonna these are gonna be loose and flip-flop around because or we could just put the green in between like that because the beads are small on the inside. Let me fix this. Actually, put that like that. That one's deformed. Blue eyes. Yeah, well, we'll make it longer so they don't look like eyes. Uh, eyes would not be good. This one had, just like on those clear glass um, top drill drops from last month's, this one has an extra little piece of glass on it. Very disappointing. It happens sometimes in the manufacturing, I'm sure. Oops. Now this, I would not go all the way, um, up the well, if it's a bracelet, I'd go all the way around with this, which I think is what I'm gonna do. If it's a necklace, I would not. I'd probably either do wire wrap links without the crystals. How many are in here? 5. Let's do like 7. Or just chain in the back, something like that. Now on the mat here, I don't really have it curved right. Let's kind of curve it around a little bit so you can get a feel for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, yeah, I don't have it situated right. And I buried my measuring thing, but that's the idea, the concept. What do you think? With the green in between the two arch tops of the angel things instead of in between every other one, or instead of in the center. I kind of like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 would be good as a focal, and then link it to something. Not sure what. A circle or a floral. I don't know about a flower. And then just maybe silver chain on this one. Yeah. All right. I think we're going to kind of wrap it up because I have a lot of jewelry to finish here. Or here's the other option is maybe just some bead links going. It has to be green, blue, green. Green, blue, green. Like this would be strung, and then we could have bead links going up the side, wire wrapped, and then do blue, green, blue on the next one. Blue, green, blue. And this one I would probably make 16 extendable to 18, and I probably will put an extender chain anytime I have a lot. Oops, let me go back up. Anytime I have a lobster claw clasp like I do on our purple and green one, I like to put an extender chain on. So I'll probably still do that with a little dangle at the bottom. So that one is 18-ish, 18 and a half, and it'll have a 2-inch extender. Because not everybody has tiny little necks. I do not. Some people do. A lot of people do. Lucky them. If I ever get myself in shape, maybe I will one day again. When I was in high school, I never weighed more than 93 pounds. I was a skinny little thing back then. 1, 2, 3, one more. This is not laying right because it's um, not spaced on a board right. I think I like it like that. Now I pulled it down. Oops, the other way. So that we'll have this as the focal strung, have something to link to here, and then have wire wrapped links of just these color beads the rest of the way up and an extender on the back. Silver chain, yeah. Yeah, there you go, Julie. That's one idea for them. And the earrings can just be the simple, if I even do earrings with them, the blue in the middle, green on the top. Boom, earring, green, blue in the middle, green on the top to go with the design. Or it could just be the, well, we could have two pair. We could have green, blue, green, because I think I have more green. Yeah, and we'd have these left for the dangle in the back. Um, so hopefully that'll work out. If it doesn't, I'll change the earring design. So yeah, we could have two pair of earrings, maybe, if we have enough beads. This could be one with this as the dangle, and this could be just a simple. I don't know if I really like that simple, but it would match a bead link. I think I have enough. I could do blue, green, blue, or I could do green, blue, green. I don't know yet. I could do one of each and have them mismatched. Thank you. I really enjoyed it too. Yes, actually, all these pieces that we made today. This one, let me go back up a little bit. This one looks very spring to me. Would be nice for Easter or just spring. It's like, to me, like the lilac bushes blooming and the tulips are starting to push up out of the ground in the early spring. That's what this necklace reminds me of. It'll be comfortable to wear because it's smooth in the back with the seed beads. Just a simple strung necklace, but really pretty with earrings to match that we made. So I'm summarizing now. And then we have actually three other designs. This one goes with the necklace that you guys helped me decide on the design. So thank you for very much. Just simple loops, and that one seems to be, I think oh, there it is. I got it. It was just twisted up at the top. Um, so we designed the orange one and with the peach pearls, ooh, which will be wire wrap links as soon as I find the beads I just dropped. Anyway, with copper or antique bronze, probably antique bronze, except that if I use the rose gold plated clasp, um, well, I may change that out too. We'll see. And then we have that, we have this, and then I have this other one that I started with in the beginning that I'm not happy with and don't know if I'm gonna um, keep. Cluster of dangles in the green. Yeah, I could do that too. For the earrings or for the front of the necklace? I like doing clusters. I just worry that I do too many and then people won't like them. I hope there's one more bead on the floor. It's a pearl. Come here, pearl. There we go. I don't know where it was, but anyway. I had a lot of fun today. Maybe we'll do that again sometime. My next live sale I'm gonna schedule for March 9th. I don't know if I said that before. So March 9th, 10 till noon will be the live jewelry sale. Happy New Year, Julie. Thank you for joining us and thank you for the thumbs ups. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we can draw more people in soon. Um, Help the channel grow a little bit. And hopefully I'll be more consistent in posting in 2024. We'll see. It's hard because I have two channels, so I have to balance balance them. And the other channel was actually my first channel, and then I spun this off from that because I was finding that the people doing paper crafts, other than okay, dangle cluster earrings, that would be pretty. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then actually we could have one of these at the top and then a little cluster hanging down from it if I have enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I will share all these pieces and maybe one or two more. Thank you, Julie. I really appreciate it. No, there's too many gaps in between when I post. Like I went from the 18th to the 30 something, 30th, 28th, I forget, without posting. And that's too long in between. And I know that. It's just, I need time to make. And I need time to do the stuff on the other channel. And then if there's holidays and stuff in there or other things personally, then that throws me off a little bit too. But we'll do what we can. And I'm going to try and do better. I'm keeping a planner and trying to schedule everything out when I have to do stuff so that I'm balanced between the two channels and life. Um, Yeah, the community channel notices are bad. I don't know if I did it this time, but I am trying to also post those I have a group on Facebook called Deb House Crafty Cottage. That's the name of my other YouTube channel. But it's a public group and I am trying to post in there and also on my Dahlia Designs Facebook business page. And the last time, I think I actually even posted on my main personal page on Facebook because I do have a lot of a lot of quote unquote friends on there, but 80% of them I don't even remember who they are. They probably were in a collab or a swap or something with me, or when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. They might have been from that, but some of the names I don't even know. But if they're interested in jewelry, maybe they'll see that post and come to the live sales or come to these beatings, or even sometimes I just post, hey, a video is up on my YouTube. And I do tend to get a little more traffic than when I do that. So I'm going to try and do more of that. And Potomac Beads wants us now to, maybe they've been doing it, but they sent us a notice that they want us influencers. Apparently, there's more of us. I don't know. To send them pictures of our items so they can put them in on their website. So that might help bring some traffic too. But I will say there are some influencers that have thousands of followers already. So I'm like small potatoes in that world. So I don't know if it'll help or not. It maybe if I do more consistent posting and learn to take really good pictures. But so I have a lot to work on. I also have to work on my Etsy shop, as some of you know, and that's on my schedule. I'm going to really try and get things out there, at least 10 plus pieces twice a month. So that would be 20 new pieces every month. Now, some of them might be earrings and stuff, but or it'll probably be like um, 2 or 3 sets of jewelry each month. But I have to get more stuff priced in order to do that, because you've seen most of what I had from pre 2023 in my live sale. So I want it to be stuff maybe you haven't seen. And then I have to remember I have a live sale, so that could be 2024 stuff. If I price things in each month that I go, then I can put them up for sale the following quarter, that kind of thing. So that's the plan. We'll see how it proceeds. That's the plan for 2024. All right, everyone. It is now officially 12:01 on my laptop, so I will let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your support and your input on the pieces today. Mighty oaks from tiny acorns grow. That's true, DFC. Good quote. I like that. Bye, Julie. Bye, DFC. And bye to other people who are watching. I'll see you next time. Hugs, love, and peace. Happy New Year.